Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
It's the Thaunties.
On
So
location.
it must be Thauntie Thursday. As you can see, we are in the gorgeous MELANnaire Marketplace,
Yeah.
Mall St. Matthews Holiday Marketplace location today. I'm your co-host, Fee.
I'm Mika J.
Miss Parker.
And we are missing Thauntie Foxy, who is out doing her thing,
Location.
chasing her dreams. Because you know, to be a Thauntie, like you gotta be a boss. And speaking of boss, today we with the boss of all
bosses.
the biggest boss today.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, man.
Hey.
Thank you for being on the Thaunties.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
It's the place to be.
It's the place to be.
It's always something crack.
It's always
Yes,
something.
thanks for having us in MELANnaire Marketplace.
Yes,
This is beautiful.
it's
We just
beautiful.
wanted to show it off to everybody who watches the Thaunties and see everything that you got on, and talk to Nate about, you know, the business that she's built with MELANnaire and her dreams of, you know, helping other Black-owned businesses and get into it. You know, we got to do a little Thaunting around. So
Make sure you come in here. It's very nice.
That part.
that part is very nice.
Support Black business.
Definitely, yeah, support Black
You
business.
definitely want to come in here and shop. So Nate, it's funny because first of all, thank you, because you are the first live opportunity we had
Yes,
at
you
the
was.
MELANnaire Marketplace.
Yes, you definitely
That was
were.
our first live opportunity for us to do a live show in front of an audience.
Yep.
And then you invited us back for Juneteenth last year. So thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And see, that
Yes.
just epitomizes who you are. Like, you know, we hadn't gotten a name yet, and you just was just like, y'all come on.
Y'all come on.
Yes, so dope. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I?
I love her. I love
Thank you.
Always.
But so for a while, she always called us the
aunties.
The aunties. So when you figured out it was Thaunties, what did you think?
I'm like, how did I mess all of that up? But I'm one of them. I'm a Thauntie.
Everybody's like,
Yes. And so y'all at home, you may also be wondering, like, well, what is a Thauntie? But a Thauntie is a term of endearment for a mature, confident woman with a turn up in her spirit. Yes. So we have a good time, but we handle our business as well.
Definitely that part.
Yeah, and so every Thursday we get together, do a little girl talk. We also like to showcase Black-owned businesses, people that's doing great things in the community, and just everybody's just trying to boss up.
Yes, well, I love it. I just think that it's so amazing. The platform that Louisville has kind of shifted. I don't know if y'all from here. Louisville wasn't I don't remember a lot of Black businesses growing up other than barbershops or beauty shops.
Oh,
You didn't really hear about a lot of,
Or
you know what I'm saying? Or daycare, yes. You did not really hear about a lot of different Black-owned businesses.
Yeah. So Nachand, I know you know a lot of history of the Black-owned businesses. What is your take on it, and how did you get started with your business?
So, that's a good question. But look, let's fold up and let's lay down and talk about this.
You need to give us the short version. Look, give us the short version.
There we go.
The short version. So, man, let me tell you, Black businesses alone here in Louisville, it's really hard to be able to have a successful Black business. And I will say, it's not just support, but it's about all the barriers that we face. From access to capital, from being in the rooms, the right rooms, and who's going to invite us in. And then when we're going to try to get a loan, why come we can't get approved for the loans? And then not only that, the other resource, like, oh my God, we had barrier and barrier and barrier. And like, what? We just trying to do what we want to do around our gifts that God has given us. But we got all these different barriers that make you feel like, you know what? I'm tired. It's not going to work.
Not for the week.
Happen. It's not for the week. Right there. So you got to endure. And the way that I try to endure it out, I'm like, I'm out here just trying God, y'all. That's all I'm doing.
What else
I'm
you
out here
gonna
just
do?
trying God.
That's all you can do, right?
Thank you. You're trying right there. Look how successful you are with your trying.
You know what? And I give them all the credit and all the, I give them everything. But I tell everybody, God dropped in my spirit in 2020 with this MELANnaire Marketplace, which is kind of like an incubator to help Black-owned business to level up to another level. And I mean, whether you're in service business or whether you got a retail product, you know what? We believe in you. If I could find a way, like they said that 2 years ago, I'm like, y'all need to come and be a part of what we doing. Because I seen the quality in them. I'm
Yes.
like, they dope. What my coat on? These girls, what are they doing here? I said, pocket, come on. Well, I mean, that is actual business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's important for people to identify what is a business, what ain't a business, and then how am I going to be able to succeed and thrive? And in my mind, I'm like, you know what? All we need is the vision that God already put in all of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we need the Lord above. And then we need to try God and jump out on faith and do what we need to do.
There it
But with a
is.
business, you got to work it every single day.
Every day.
And that's where it comes to like, everybody can't do it. It ain't for the weak.
It's not for the
not.
weak.
It's not for the weak at
It's
all.
not.
Yeah.
Because you can get so discouraged where you just like,
Yes.
you know what? We ain't doing this no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
At first, it takes losses. That's what
Yes,
happens.
it does take
the beginning
losses.
and the
Yes.
losses. So
Yes.
if you can't make it through that,
Yeah.
most people don't make it.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
right because they
Yeah.
give up. They
Yeah.
give up. Yeah.
Or they run out of money, or you know,
That's
and
right.
other-
resources. The resources.
the barriers
Yes.
make it worse. But you know, you might be good for a year, then it stop, and you be like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's just,
Because life happens. I mean,
Life be life.
COVID was the number one
my
thing
God.
that
But-
showed people.
Yeah, but COVID also showed people to use their gifts without going to work.
That
Because
part.
So
That's
many
it.
people
That part.
lost their jobs.
I do
and they
believe
figured
that.
I
out,
do.
Let's tap into something else.
Yeah.
People
I
gotta
can make
hustle.
it.
Yeah, they did.
Yep, and you can turn hustle into a business.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
People gotta hustle.
A lifestyle. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle.
But you are a self-branded brandpreneur. So you've been doing this. You've been, helping people get their brands. You've had several businesses. You had Manhattan on Broadway, the event space. But I think outside of MELANnaire Marketplace, I know you from the Try God movement.
Yes, yes.
So how did you come up with the Try God movement and that journal and your book?
Wow, that's a whole nother good topic to talk about. First, let me talk about branding. It's very important for people, entrepreneurs, or anyone, build your personal brand first.
Right.
People miss that piece. They'd be so happy to build a business brand, but you need to build your personal brand because people are not going to follow you if they don't know nothing about you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is true.
You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go.
So a lot of people who come in to shop at the MELANnaire Marketplace, it came from them knowing who I was from Try God movement, from Manhattan on Broadway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just whether I'm working at Bay CC, wherever, because of the personal brand that I had already built, and that was built by it wasn't like I didn't sit there and say, you know what? I got to build this brand so that people would follow me. No, it was authentic.
Yes.
It was just me doing what I do, and that's community building and helping people. I love doing that. I'm going to do it on the strength for whatever.
Yeah.
I just love helping people. And I would say through Try God, it really resonated. I was actually at church, and Pastor Williams said something one day, and I called him. He said, we're going to do a series on Try God, Malachi 3. And I'm like, what did he just say? And it kind of rained on me. I'm like, he said Try God, Malachi 3. I'm like, what is in Malachi 3? So then I started going home and start reading. Then I started reading some more.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's how you get it.
whoa, Malachi 3 is saying this, and this. I'm like, oh, I'm going to try God. I'm going to try God. And that's kind of how it came. It became a point of me saying to myself, I want to really get into whatever Pastor said he's getting ready to do with his series. I need to try him first.
Yeah.
good.
And I did, and it became a nationwide movement, and it still is today. I need to pick back up the book because people are telling me now they got testimonies.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, testimonies? They're like, yeah, so when is the next challenge?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Oh, you know what? That's a
Now
yeah.
you in demand. You in demand. I don't want too much in demand. Don't put too much pressure on me.
that piece right
You
there.
know.
Yeah. So did you always wanted to be out on your own and be a business owner?
I will say that I was in corporate America working at LG&E for 20 plus years before I decided to give them 2 deuces. Yeah.
See you later.
Not one, but 2.
Two deuces.
And I did that in 2016.
Heck no.
And they gave me not one going away report, they gave me 2 because I was a dedicated employee.
There it
You know what I'm saying? I showed up, I did my work, I did even more.
Yeah.
And we still got a good relationship now.
They
They still
know
support,
they're a good
they still
worker.
support.
That's
that
what's
piece right
up,
there.
yeah.
So right now, they still support a lot of our efforts because
Good.
I did everything I was supposed to do as an
Well, your
employee.
character speaks for you. Because,
Yeah,
you
and
know what I'm
that's
saying? You
good
can
back.
work for a company for a long time, but if you weren't a good person, people aren't going to, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I said. I said
It's
they give
because
it back
of who
'cause
you
she
are.
was
As
great.
you said, authentic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
There
it
it
also,
is.
but what she said was you got to do the work. So
Oh,
even
yeah.
if you
Nothing
know
comes
you are
easy.
in a job you feel like you are overqualified for, you being passed over for promotions, show up every day
yeah.
and do the work because your time is coming. Either something's going to miraculously happen and you are no longer there, or an opportunity is going to come.
Yes.
But if you do the work,
Yeah, I
that is
agree.
part of building your personal
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
That is real important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because once you build the brand one time and you really stay consistent with it, everything else is gonna come.
Yeah.
And I
what
think
I'm
that's a lot of, that's another staple that people forget about is the consistency.
Yeah.
Because a lot of, and we've had to learn that also, is that you have to be consistent,
Yeah.
especially on this platform that we've chosen, is that people look for us on a weekly basis. Even if it's just 10 people, you're still looking for the Thaunties.
Look for us. We're going to show we there.
We're there, so we're trying to stay
Yeah.
consistent, but
Yeah.
yes, consistency is very important.
It is.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah. So typically, what we do on Thursdays also, we like to call drop it like a Thauntie. And so that's talking about hot topics. And nothing is hotter right now than the brands that are in MELANnaire
Right.
Marketplace.
Yes.
Yeah. So we want to talk about, first of all, let's talk about this beautiful
right here.
setup
The
right here.
sets. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The crazy decor and design. When I tell you she came in and laid it out,
Yes.
she created this whole set and everybody loved the lounge area. It's a lounge
It's a
area.
lounge.
I
You
love
come
it.
in around.
Yes,
Make
you
you
did
feel
amazing.
important.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
because when you
piece
come
right
in
here.
the shop, they
It's
got
luscious.
good music going.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
always probably people in here, somebody that you know. Hopefully you guys made it to the grand opening, or if not, you saw the videos of what it's like in here. So you can just come in here, shop, sit down, chill. Nation might be in here. You can sit down, talk to her.
Right.
Let me pull up on you, my new whip. In my whip. Oh,
Only us. Only us.
Hey, she be rolling. Because she might roll over.
Definitely whips it.
She came so fast. Like, you weren't going to get a speech.
She don't have time. She don't have time.
I got somewhere to be.
She just pull up right up playing. What y'all doing?
and don't let me blow my horn.
Wait a minute, it has a horn.
Good, so you can hear it coming. I'm screaming. Yeah, put it
Got
on
a
her.
decked out motor scooter, honey.
That's
Yes. I gotta get around.
You have to get around.
She'll
gotta
put
get
your,
around.
put your identity on it.
That piece
Boom.
right there.
Yeah, and blink it out. So how has it been though? Just a challenge, you know, the health challenges that
Everything,
you've gone
yeah.
through, and still managing to be a boss.
Right.
Not only to show up for yourself, but you show up for everybody in this community.
Yes, all the time.
That is a real important point you brought up, because I told my husband, I said, you know what? I probably really need to get somewhere and sit down and chill sometime. I said, but I care so much about the growth of business. I can't sit down. I'm like,
Yeah.
no. I'm like, no, it's stuff got to happen.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to develop a team to help push forth the vision of what I'm doing. And that's a small plug. So if anybody know anybody who wants to sponsor or donate, right here, please do, because it's going to be for a good cause.
That part. There you
It'll be
go.
a good cause. But I'll send all this to say, even with my diagnosis from multiple sclerosis in 2022, that bout took me out of here. I'm like, what do you mean? What? I mean, I got to change everything in my life. What are you talking about? Multiple what?
Thank
I'm
you.
like, multiple sclerosis. God told me multiple streams. So what? I'm confused.
MS, that's a different MS.
Yeah, I'm confused on all of this. I'm like, I don't know if I'm taking it all in.
Yeah.
But even with that, in reality, of course, I respect what science said. I have multiple sclerosis, but I also know what God said.
Right.
There you
So
go.
I'm just trusting, believing that in spite of me not being able to move like I need to move, I move different now.
Yes.
So
That's
now I
all
got a
I'm
cane.
saying.
Now I might have a rollator. Now maybe my scooter. But guess what? And I might show up late. But guess what?
I'm
showing
here.
up.
That
Yeah.
part.
And I'm showing. I'm going to continue to show up for the community as long as God got me set here, plan forth. And then what really hit and threw me off, trying to throw me off, was last year. My son Mikhail called me, got shot and killed with gun violence. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
All this is not going on
Right.
when I'm trying to help do my part on building a community.
Yes.
And I said, you know what, God? My son was an inspiring entrepreneur, so he would not want me to sit down and be like, Mama, forget all of it.
Yes.
So I'm gonna keep on
Yeah.
doing what
Yeah.
I could do when I could do it, and then I'm bringing people with me.
That part.
Yes,
you go.
So
that is it.
the
That
thing
part.
with this MELANnaire Marketplace, not only is one person winning, everybody
Yes.
here wins.
Yeah.
Whether it's entertainment, whether you're a service vendor, or whether you're a product vendor, I'm taking everybody with me, and I mean that. And God knows my heart on that.
Yeah.
So
But
whatever
you know,
do.
I think that a good point to point out with you losing your son is that it just shows you, and it shows other people that tragedy hits everyone. You could be the best Christian, the best of everything, but we never know God's plans. So for you to continue to keep pushing and showing up every day is the blessing for others to see.
That's good.
Yeah.
That really is
absolutely.
good. And
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why I continue to keep pushing, because I know it's not about me. Even when I don't feel good and my mind's not, some mornings I wake up, I'm not feeling good. I'm like, I got to go to this meeting because they're on the 23rd floor because they call me, they need me, I need to tell them about the MELANnaire Marketplace because I need them to help me push this forward. So I show up even if I ain't feeling good. I show up anyway.
Because you're selfless.
That
you get
part,
more.
yeah.
The selfless get way
Yeah.
more, and that's why you going and moving and doing
receive
you.
that.
Compared to all these people with 2 legs who ain't doing shh.
I receive that. I receive that.
Exactly.
No,
Say it
for real.
again. No, that is
Worthless.
That was word. That was a word.
Worthless.
Yeah, worthless. That
It's
ain't even
worthless,
trying.
and
she's
She
blessed,
can have
and
every
she's
reason
still
to stay in the
moving and
house,
grooving.
and she's up doing
Yeah.
more than some people, not
Yeah.
complaining,
Wow.
steady smiling. Learn some lessons
And not
today.
for herself. She's doing it for, as Fee said, the community.
Selfless. And that's why she keeps getting
Yeah.
greater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good word. Y'all done blessed me. Y'all need to know it.
Well, we
think that you are a blessing.
Yeah.
I had just told her
You
earlier
always
in the
keep a
week
smile. I love
that
it.
what I love most about you is that you really put Louisville on your back. And there's a lot of people in this city that can't say that. You know what I'm saying? They do things, but it's more so for themselves. But you put Louisville on your back, and I appreciate that you saw enough of us that you did give us that first opportunity for that live show, because that was dope.
Selfless.
Yeah.
Every
it's
time.
definitely dope.
And that's
And-
why it keeps on going.
Yeah.
Selfless. She's not thinking about it.
And all the brands, you know, everybody that's in MELANnaire Marketplace. Well, let me back up and say this first. I saw a post earlier this week that said, "Why do small Black-owned businesses fail?" And I think the resounding response was because they don't have the foundation, right? Like, you know, you got a product or a service and you just go at it. Like, you don't have personnel, you don't have marketing, you don't understand branding or packaging or pricing.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
they just go into it without the foundation. And what you are doing with MELANnaire Marketplace and the MELANnaire Achievement Center is really giving that foundation to small businesses. So what can people, small businesses who enroll into MAC, like what can they expect to get?
So, Fee is talking about the MELANnaire Achievement Center that we just launched, which is a 501c3. And I did that because MELANnaire Marketplace is for profit, but I said it ain't enough for me to say, hey, this is how you set up and sell your product.
Right.
Yes.
We need to give them education. If ain't nobody else gonna do it,
Thank you.
we have to do it. So I
Right.
said I gotta open up an arm of MELANnaire Marketplace and call it MELANnaire Achievement Center, which is acronym for MAC, which is my son, Mikhail Alonzo Coleman. So I'm inspired by
love
that
it. Yes.
to push it forth. And we're going to provide education around the retail business owner. And we're also going to help the service business owner, in the entertainment business. We're going to help them all. But our whole core group is going to be around retail. So that's pricing. That's your price strategy. That's your marketing strategy. That's your
Right.
brand strategy. What's your target market? Understand what that is. That is your SWOT analysis. I mean, things we're going to really dive in on a 9-month cohort every year.
Right, I
We're
like
going to choose 23 people to be a part of it. And they got to come to class. We're gonna have the right experts, teachers, instructors there, but they got to show up. Because we're going to give them some powerful information they won't be able to get at no one's educational institution, no college.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Not that piece
Yeah.
right there. It's real hands-on.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it different.
Yeah.
And that's why you better come, especially if you want to open a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come get
And if
that
you wanna grow.
education.
If you want to sustain it also.
Learn from
Yes.
someone who's
Yeah.
doing it.
Right.
Yeah, and who's doing it and who's definitely putting people on too.
Yeah, she's doing
Yeah.
it and she's still doing it. She
Yeah.
didn't stop.
So as you know, we got a big day coming up next Tuesday with this
Yes.
election.
Yes.
Yes.
So, in your opinion, regardless of who, or based on who gets president, how do you think Black-owned businesses are going to be affected?
I think we're going to be affected regardless of who gets in office. Because what we need to understand, what we're trying to train them and teach our entrepreneurs, and we'll be doing a lot of this in MAC, is you got to understand policy. That's where the change happens at. You know, you got to understand legislature. You got to understand how that is important, and you got to know who is in office, who's representing, and what their actual criteria is before you go vote. And then we also going to tell them, if you don't vote, you vote.
Yeah,
there it is.
You still vote.
Yeah, you still vote.
So we're going to be looking towards, for this election coming up, which is a rural election. I try to tell also every entrepreneur, I don't care whether it's the presidential election, the state, the city, vote every time you get a chance to vote. Yeah. Since I turned 18, I've been voting every year, and I'm 50 years now. Every year. And even when I was in college, I would get an absentee vote. I didn't play. I'm voting because it was too many people. My great-grandmother, grandmother, they was fighting in the line trying to get the right to vote.
Yeah. I'm almost like, did these kids not learn that?
Yes.
Because we learned that in school.
Yeah.
Right.
How important it was to vote. As in Black, brown, everybody, how important it is to vote. And they sitting around arguing about, oh, well, they ain't gonna give us the check. Are you registered? Do you got your stuff together? Who you voting for?
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna vote. Quit talking to me.
You voting, but they're not voting.
Like, that's awful.
But I do also think that they have kind of been brought up to, like, they just desensitized to a lot because they feel like it doesn't matter. Like, they just feel
exactly.
like
that's what I'm saying.
nobody's gonna help them.
If you're
like,
working in your taxes, it matters who's in that outfit.
It does matter.
It does.
That's the stuff
But not even just don't care. I think that it's been a very disservice to the youth of this generation is that they're not informed. They're very miseducated. A lot of people did not really pay attention in civics class because I watched a TikTok today, and this young man, he was a Black guy, he was saying that he was choosing to vote for Trump because the taxes, his daddy's taxes have went up. Well, if you really paid attention in school, then you would know that your daddy's taxes are gone up right now because of Trump's tax policy. That has nothing to do with the Democrat Party. That is the policy that Trump put into place.
Yeah.
And so people don't realize that the term that you're in is based off the previous president. So until, and I don't know, what do we do? How do we educate?
I think that they have, this generation, the new voters, they have more access to information.
They definitely have access, but
other generations,
they don't look for it.
But the thing about it is the access that they have, the information they have access to is propaganda.
Yes.
You know, it's just clips.
There's clips.
TikTok.
That's all it is.
60 minutes, seconds. That's all, you know, that they know.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think everybody's just going off emotion. Honestly, for this election, it feels like a lot of people, everyone is just going off emotion.
It ain't just this and the last one too.
Yeah, it was.
I remember voting, like she said, at 18, like it used to be exciting, you know, everybody was quiet, they did their thing. Now everybody's just a fool.
A whole fool.
No, they really are. They acting a fool. Like, it's embarrassing.
It is. It's bad.
And everybody, just be quiet and vote. Let's just all be friends and be quiet.
Yeah.
Because then when you don't want to talk to them no more.
So what do y'all think about the guy who opened up at the Trump rally, the comedian?
Well,
awful.
It's awful.
Okay, I mean,
it wasn't funny. I mean,
it wasn't appropriate.
It wasn't
it's not
appropriate.
Those are jokes you tell with your friends.
At home.
You don't say that in an election and you're running for office. What? No, that was just totally inappropriate.
That matches his backdrop.
Exactly.
It
That's
does.
why it didn't surprise me.
But here is what makes me so mad is because his supporters will tell you, Trump didn't know that he was going to say that.
Of course.
Trump didn't say that. Are you forgetting that anyone who speaks on that stage has been vetted? They were chosen to speak because you represent what I believe as that candidate. So don't say that he wasn't the one who actually said it. Those are his thoughts. he has said that to them at some point or another.
Don't we get grouped together if it's all of
All the
us?
time.
And you say something?
Yes.
If I say something, it's the same
here's
thing.
my
You
thing,
hanging with
because
them?
I've always been very amazed at the number of Hispanics that vote Republican. Like, they love Trump. So I wonder if that Puerto Rico comment is going to
I think so,
turn
but I
them.
also feel like, and I think we learned this in the last election, is that it's a barrier. It's a English and Spanish barrier. A lot of times they don't know what Trump has actually said. They have no clue because of the barrier and
Girl,
them
they
not
got
speaking
the
their
internet
English.
and stuff.
And
You
it's
can have
translated
the
in their
internet,
language.
but
Thank you.
it
They
is, but not all the time.
They not all of them.
They'll
Just like
tell you, even Anna, if you watch The View,
Just
she
like
spoke
all
on
these
this
ignorant
in 20,
folks
what
around
year is
here,
this?
they
2024, in
know it.
2020. I'm telling you, it's a lot of time. It has to do with
Girl.
not understanding
Well, a lot of
exactly what
times
he
They
meant.
understand
match
money.
with Republic. They think that they are hard workers. They think that Trump is talking to them. When he talks about people that work hard, people that, build this, like, he thinks
They do work hard.
He thinks that they
We know they
think
work
that they
hard,
talk about him.
but he's not talking to them. He's throwing paper
not talking to
towels,
them.
and he's
Yeah.
throwing paper towels at the people when it
And
was flooding in Puerto
according to
Rico.
them,
Come on,
he
remember
hates Puerto Rico.
the
He
hates
hurricane.
Puerto
Remember
Rico.
the
I
hurricane?
love Puerto
He's
Rico.
nuts.
That's
He's
one of my
nuts.
favorite places.
I'm so
Well,
it's
according
so-
to them, it's a little
He
island
should
that's
just only
trash.
be an entertainer.
Why would you say that?
He's an
Yes.
entertainer.
Like, I don't hate him. He's just pure comedy to me.
He
So,
should have
like,
just stayed with a princess.
I can just crack up.
Yeah.
Every time he's talking, I'm entertained. I'm like, no, for real, because he always about to say something silly.
But he
wait
doesn't
for it.
care.
He
That's
just
the
wait for
thing.
it.
He
He's
doesn't
dead
care.
serious.
He shouldn't have to care
He
because
doesn't.
people are still going
They're
to
eating
support
the
Because they
him.
love
cats.
him.
And,
So why
they're
can't-
eating the cats and dogs. Clearly, they told you they weren't eating the cats and dogs.
And they told you 1,000
And you
times.
just gonna
I don't
keep on
care.
saying,
They are
"All
eating
right,
them dogs. Didn't y'all see them walking around with them dogs?
And y'all want
They
him
ate
to
them.
run the country? Okay. Okay.
He doesn't care.
Right.
Yeah, so
whole
it's a mess.
food
But
out
the bottom line is,
Just
you
vote.
got to get out and
Gotta
vote.
vote.
You gotta
Please
vote.
vote.
You gotta vote. Check on the elderly people that might need a ride.
Yes.
You have to go pick them up,
Yes.
get people to the polls,
Yes.
Right.
support, do whatever you can
That's
to make sure we
Volunteer
get
to
out.
help somebody. You want to do
Volunteer.
you want to do something good in your life. Volunteer and do something where
That's right.
nobody asked you. You just giving yourself and your time. You'd
Yeah.
be amazed what a good feeling it is.
It is.
And I do it. Y'all don't know, but yes, it's a good feeling. Sometimes do it. You'll
Yeah.
feel better. It's
I
good.
do it.
Well, I'm
It's
just
nice
waiting for
to
the
do
election to
something
be over.
nice.
I'm tired of them texting me. Like, it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I'm every 5 minutes. I gave you some money.
$40.
Can you give me some money?
$40. Thank you.
Can you pay my phone bill, Kamala?
Please stop asking me for $40. I don't
but
get it.
one day that's what I wanted to say. No, pay me. Y'all text 20 times.
But I'm telling you, if you do text him, remember I did that the last election and it was Republicans text him and I was like, just stop texting me. And they was like, I said, I'm not voting for Donald Trump. Do you know that Donald Trump is racist? And they was like, thank you for your support.
Hey, I did it right.
They will respond.
So
So
somebody from the Democrats, like, I guess they wanted me to do a survey, and they text me. They said, "We have texted you 5 times, and you haven't responded." I said, "Now wait a minute,
thank
maybe
you.
being smart." Now hold on, I ain't gonna respond.
whose list is you on?
Because when I respond, you're gonna ask me for $10. So
right.
stop it.
Why did they get smart with you? I've never heard of
I would have died.
Me too.
It was awful.
I would have went click.
We just got 65 times. They said
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Screaming.
But also, people, do your own research. Don't
that's
just listen
real.
to other people.
Listen to your
Do
family,
own
listen
research.
to you, and pray.
Yes.
And you got
yeah.
to pray.
That's
You gotta
important.
pray.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the only way to get
And
the
early
right
voting's
answer.
coming up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Starts
Yes.
tomorrow. The
Starts
31st. Starts the 31st.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're in Louisville, Kentucky.
It
Yeah.
starts on
31st.
Halloween.
Yeah, 31st.
Yeah, Halloween,
Yeah.
In
November
Louisville,
1st.
Kentucky.
Yeah, and November
And if
2nd.
you are an absentee voter, you probably already missed it, but it was until tomorrow for early excused absentee voting in person. Yep.
Yeah.
They got to vote.
So we're gonna ask you some questions because usually when we do like ask the Thaunties, like typically people want our Thaunties' opinion, just like we gave it to you on the election. But today we're gonna put Nay in the hot seat and ask you some hot seat questions. Are you ready, Nay?
Yes, I'm
Are you? I don't know.
Ready,
No.
Nay?
Get ready.
I don't be ready.
If he think.
All the problem. problem. I'm the problem.
It's her.
Okay.
She's the problem.
What's the question?
Wow. So we'll start with an easy one. Okay. So like I just love like you and Carlos together. Like how y'all support each other. And I know you told me that y'all been married 11 years. Yeah. So it's still like newlyweds,
12.
right? So
Yeah.
y'all was grown when y'all got together, and I think it's a challenge that some of us are facing now. We either divorced and trying to date, or still single at 40. So how did you meet Carlos, and how did you know he was the one?
Ooh, good question. So I had been single for many years, and I kept praying to God. I started reading a book called The Praying of a Power Wife. The
Power of a Praying Wife.
Wife. Yes, that one. By Stormy Orrington. I said, let me get ready because God gonna send me a husband.
Yeah.
And I started reading the book years before he even came, and I wasn't looking for nobody, and I didn't want nobody. I'm like, go get on, bye.
I ain't ready yet.
Right there. And then my cousin, out of nowhere, she's like, I want you to meet this guy. I'm like, what guy and who and why am I meeting this person? And I'm like, I'm good. And she said, no, for which because I think I got a lot of similarities. I'm like, where did this come from? I didn't ask you about nobody. She said, I just need you to meet him. Will you meet him? I'm like, I don't know. So then she put him on the phone, and I didn't know. She's like, this phone for you. I'm like, for me? Oh. I'm like, what?
Hello?
I'm like, she's like, get on the phone. I'm like, Mika, no. I'm like, hello, hey. And I'm feeling real cheesy, like, what the world? I went to drop the phone, like, drop the phone. And I started talking, and he was like, he was real cool, real calm. I'm like, wait a minute, he ain't come with all that fast game because I'm used to the D-boys back in the day. I'm like, wait a minute.
We gotta grow up. Is
that how y'all know each other?
It is. It really is. Like I knew her pre-children. I had one child. I had Brittany.
That part right there.
That was it.
So we on the phone, and then he started. I'm like, well, I'll call you maybe tomorrow, whatever. He's like, well, okay. He's like, and then he said something about, well, I think I might gotta go to meet for ushering or something. I'm like, oh, you an usher?
I got plans. I ain't waiting on you.
Jesus uses me, girl.
Hold up, I like him.
Miss out if you want to. I'm God's special man.
And I'm like, did he say usher? I'm like,
Wait a minute.
I'm like, I'm an usher. He's the usher too? And then it just kind of went from there.
Hey, that's good.
And I'm like, whoa. And so then I met him in person. I'm like, wait a minute. Then even his look, he got out here, go real crisp. Look, he just came out to clean his polo shirt. Not the cleaners. The polo shirt.
Right.
He had on the nice the dress pants, the nice shoes, the belt. I'm like, the watch. I'm like,
Okay.
Oh, he done came from the usher meeting.
This is a grown up.
right. I'm like,
This is a grown up.
That's a whole man.
I'm like, it's a real man right here.
Yeah.
Yes,
And I'm
exactly.
like, what the world? I'm like, oh Lord, he got to deal with me. Oh Lord. 'Cause I jumped out the car, hit on some streetwear. I pulled up on him at the barbershop. I'm like, what? Hey, this is me.
Little hood girl.
Come on out here and meet me.
It's me.
I'm outside.
There it is. You
I'm
outside.
outside. Monday through Saturday, I'm outside. Sunday, I'm in church.
Your heart's in the right place.
That piece right there. And that's how God did it. I mean, it was like
That's
crystal
good.
clear. But I had already, remember, I told you I've been reading that book. And I'm
Right,
Yeah,
he was already
you know,
And then
prepared.
when he came, I'm like, I think I told him first. Maybe I think I told him I loved him first. But then I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be my husband. And it wasn't it wasn't even, I ain't have to think twice.
Yeah.
I ain't have to try to figure it out. I had
That's
to try
when you know.
to go through his phone. And
Right.
go through it. I wasn't doing all that because I ain't have to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I knew the guy had already did it.
Yes.
And when I tell you from that, and it's funny because I prayed on that. I said, God, you gonna have to drop my husband out of the sky to me.
He did. He's on the usher board.
That's
He
how
got the door.
He about to call you. That's what happens when you he about to call you.
And he done put in his spirit, let her know you got usher practice.
That was nervous too, because who would say it out loud?
Right.
Oh, well, don't call me tomorrow. I got usher. What?
Well, it was something like it.
You know he's a good guy. You know he's a good guy.
Right.
Because
like,
nobody
okay.
tells it.
No, yeah, right. She gonna love me or leave me. I'm a usher.
But then he said, it was 9 o'clock. He said, well, I'm going to get off here.
I gotta go.
I got to go work.
And he got a job. Look at God. Look at God.
That's when you don't go to the phone and say, girl, I like him.
She already wrote in the journal. Thank you, God.
He said,
I got him.
I'm like, that's a
No, girl, that is how you feel when you find him. You be like,
yeah.
ooh, I can relax.
Right. But as good and as sweet your love story is, I know he probably get on your nerves and you probably get on his.
Of course, everybody who's
So
on
how do
there.
you deal on it when y'all get on each other's nerves?
We get on each other's nerves. I will tell you, I get on his to get on mine. But one thing we won't do is we won't go to bed upset with each other.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
Like
right.
the other day, he said, I gotta go ride. You know what I'm saying? So he'll go ride, I go wherever he gotta go, and I go wherever I gotta go to get away.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're like, okay, let's
Yeah.
mend this on back in.
Right.
And
Yeah.
because one thing about our marriage, we made a commitment back when we got married on July 27th, 2013. We said, God first,
Yep.
husband, and then wife.
Amen.
So as my husband is following God, I'm
Yeah.
following him.
Yeah.
And that's just,
And that's
it's
how you
simple.
can follow your man if you know he's following God.
There you
you.
go.
And I think that's
There
the
you go.
problem.
Thank
When
you.
everybody
Everybody
talk
ain't
about
following
being
Jesus.
submissive. They want to be submissive. If you submitting to the Lord, I want to
I'm
submit
gonna
to
submit
you.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
submitting
Yes.
to you and you got,
There you go. There you
got
go.
4 baby mamas, you still talking, what you
And
doing?
you don't never be at church.
And talking about submit. What? You didn't even go to church with me.
Are you even one of Jesus' disciples? No.
You don't go to church on Easter.
That's how you know
Something's
they
wrong.
right.
What is it? Easter, Mother's
If your
Day,
man won't even
Christmas.
go on Easter on the holiday, hey, just let it.
And if your
go.
mama didn't say, baby, I saw your new outfit on Easter, you ain't the one. You ain't the one. You ain't the one.
You ain't it. You ain't it.
Shut up.
So your
I
last
ain't
question,
playing.
Dave.
Yeah,
So
babe.
you just turned 50.
Big,
the big one.
What, double 25?
Yeah, 25 times 2.
Two
double
five squared.
Yeah, 2
5
5 squared.
squared.
That's what we do. So, what is next for you in this chapter of life?
You know, I'm really trying to wrap around my head, like, what am I going to do next?
Yeah.
One of the things I know, I want to do more traveling.
Yeah, I
around the
like
world.
it.
I want to do more traveling.
And she has a travel agent in the store.
Yes,
Oh,
right here.
nice.
Yes.
Come and get his information if you want to travel as well.
Yes,
See?
Mr. Grace Travel. Yes,
I like
that's
it.
exactly
Love
right.
it.
And then we just had a grandbaby, so we got a grandbaby. My son, who
Blessings.
you tragically taken away from us.
Yes.
God blessed it. And then I got a McHale remix, so I got my
There
son all
you
over
go,
again.
see?
Oh,
So,
yes.
and we have a granddaughter already, so we just gonna be doing the grandparent-granddaughter thing and then loving on my husband.
I
That's
know.
right.
That sounds like a good life to me. I can deal with that.
You better get your one. You better become a deacon or usher or be a greeter.
Start
Be a
preaching.
greeter.
Start preaching.
Don't be preaching that God didn't call you.
I said get
exactly. That's good
anointed.
what it
Get
say.
anointed.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
But now,
You
this
don't
has
want no
been
fake
so
preaching.
much fun.
I
And thank you
know.
so much just for
It's been
being on our show and for
Yes.
always loving on us and
Yes.
pouring into us. And
love
one thing
y'all.
we do at the end of every show is we do a listen to your Thauntie, where we try to pour into others and give a real quick nugget of wisdom or a gem
Good.
to drop on somebody's heart. So to close out each show. So what you got for the people?
So what I got for the people is treat people the way you want to be treated. Love on everybody.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, I love
That's it. That's in this house.
that's it.
Yeah,
and that's
that's
all.
it.
What you got, Minx?
I would just say what she said also, that you are who you be. Always show up as your authentic self.
Yeah.
Don't ever send your representative.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, sometimes my representative needs to go for me.
Well, no, because if you are being authentic, then who is supposed to be with you is going to be with you.
Yeah.
Always
So
shout out.
don't forget
Yeah.
the representative, and also go vote.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. I'm gonna say keep living, keep learning, and just keep enjoying life because every day is a different adventure.
Boom.
It is.
It is.
Yeah. And from my recent parasailing experience, I would say do whatever scares you. Even if you got to do it with your eyes closed, do it praying, do it crying, honey. Just do it. Just do it. Faith over fear in this season,
Ooh,
honey.
boom. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Nay, so when can the people come and shop?
Yes, so we need everybody to come out to shop at the MELANnaire Marketplace. We're located in the mall in St. Matthews every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We are open during mall hours, and then the week of Christmas, before Christmas, we're gonna be open every single day.
Nice.
Even if you don't have people who live, even if you live somewhere else, guess what? Tell your family and friends to come and shop. The people live in Louisville who are connected people out of town.
Yeah.
You don't know, we don't know, but we need everybody to come and shop with all Black-owned brands, all in one spot together.
Yes. Make it that much easier.
And how can they follow you on socials?
They can follow us on social media, MELANnaire Marketplace, MELANnaire Marketplace. And we're gonna be able to have, you'll be able to see exactly how that's spelled. That's MELAN, then N again, AIRE Marketplace. And you'll be able to go on our website too at www.melannaire.com to find out about us, find out about our membership program, find out about how you could be a part of our new MAC cohort coming up in January, and be able to connect with us. We do events all year round.
Yeah.
So this holiday event is just a holiday event, but January on to December, we are always finding ways to help business to get exposure and to sell their product.
Oh, tell them about the Melantree.
Oh, the Melantree, which is a big one. You're right. So the Melantree is a concept that came from Andrea, who's on our team. She said, instead of the angel tree, how about we have a Melantree, and on that tree you could go and pick up any type of business who's gonna apply to be on there, and then you take their information, then you go shop for them.
Yeah.
So they might need some staples, they might need some tape, they might need.
Oh, that is really dope. Yeah, that's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So, and we only ask people to spend $50, at least $50 on each business or whoever applies. But then we're going to continue to do this because that's the angel amongst itself right there.
Right, it really is. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, it's going to be real good. And you come right here to MELANnaire Marketplace to pick up whichever MELANnaire you want to pick up off the tree, and then you go shop with them, and then you bring them back here, and you'll meet up with that particular business.
Nice.
So
That is really dope.
That is too
So now
good.
we are getting in the season of giving. So, hopefully it's in your heart for you to come pick up a Melantree, come shop with these Black-owned businesses. I have already shopped. I'm about to limit myself to more, but it's so much good stuff in here.
It really is.
Like
It's dope.
there's candles, there's socks, there's sweatshirts, there's t-shirts. I mean, just everything.
Perfume.
Perfume, hats. Like you got to come out to Mount St. Matthew. So right next to Champs. Near J.C. Penney's and the Fountain in Mount St. Matthews. You never know when you stop in, you might see a Thaunties or two in the building. So come and see us. But you know how to follow us in the spirit of giving. If you'd like to help us, give to us. Here's our cash apps down here. Follow us on all of our socials. Like, subscribe, and share our videos. And we'll see y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
this is, hey.